Grenada, what was that? I wasn't ready for Spice Mass. I really wasn't. Spice Mass 2025 changed my life, and I'm not even exaggerating. I've done Carnival many times before, but Grenada introduced me to a different level of pace. I thought that's not even possible, but apparently it is. And I'd love to share my experience with you. I'll walk you through every fete that I attended so that you know which one you absolutely must do this year. Before I arrived in Grenada for Spice Mass, I was doing crop over in Barbados, and I immediately knew once I touched down in Grenada that the sweet and polished flair is over. And by the way, that's not a bad thing. I just felt immediately once I touched down in Grenada that it has a more raw and more authentic vibe, which was very, very refreshing. My hotel was not far from the airport. I stayed at the True Blue Resort, and it's a vibe over there. They had excellent service, good food, the rooms were perfect. Overall, the whole resort is very cute, and there's so much going on. Like, they have a lot of program on Wednesday. They always had this food fair, so it was a really, really, really great place to stay at. So once I was checked in and I got my room and I ate some dinner, it was already time to fete because it was pre-day. So my first introduction to Spice Mass was pre-day. And that was a heavy start as a Spice Mass newbie. Pre-day set the tone for the following days. I was like, oh, okay. So that's what's going on in Grenada. Got it. The energy at pre-day was 1000 out of 10. And by the way, throughout this video, I'm going to talk a lot about energy, but this is Grenada, apparently. Every fete that I've been to, people gave 110% non-stop. This is Grenada. So bear with me when I always and constantly talk about energy, because energy is high in Grenada. But yeah, pre-day was so energetic. My first experience was really like, oh, okay, this is going to be it. The highs were so high. It was a huge energy ball, and the highs where people were just jumping were lasting so long. Like, there was no break. The Caribbean ain't taking a break. Like, I know that, but Grenada is not taking a break. They're not taking a break. So yeah, I loved it. It was pure madness going on. If you go to Grenada, if you do Spice Mass, you must do pre-day. This is what people told me, and I share this knowledge and give forward this knowledge now to you. Pre-day is an absolute must. Will I do it again? Yes, I already got my ticket. And last year in 2025, I was in general admission. And the thing is that how can I explain this? But if this is the stage, then there was VIP, and after VIP, there was general admission. So you really had quite some space. General admission was not able to be close to the stage. So this is why, and I'm not really, as I already mentioned, a VIP girly, but I did buy VIP so that I can be closer to the stage and even closer to the energy. And I think this will pay off. Like, I am okay with spending money when it's for VIP, when it means that I'm gonna even have more fun. And I feel like for pre-day, VIP, it pays off. If it would be the other way, where you have like the stage and it's divided in the middle, one side is VIP, the other side is general admission, which I feel like is a much more fair concept, then it doesn't matter. Everybody's going to have the same amount of fun. But I feel like, and it's not much, like I feel like VIP maybe had 1-2% more fun, and I'm ready to pay for that. I'm ready to pay for that. So VIP it is this year. You do what you want to do, but pre-day in general must do. Let's move on to Thursday, where I had my first boat ride in Grenada planned, the Ciroc boat ride. I did not have a ticket for this boat ride yet, but I knew that I will figure it out somehow. So don't be encouraged if you do not have a ticket for a fete yet. Boat rides are a little bit more challenging, but with ambition, with patience, and a little bit of, being smart and brain power, you can figure it out. Don't be discouraged. just try it and you'll be on every boat at every fete. But yeah, Ciroc boat ride was really fun. They had two different types of tickets. Because I was so late and last minute, I think I was only able to buy the premium package. And if I remember correctly, that allowed you to go to the upper deck of the boat, and it had drinks and I think one meal included. The downside was, since I'm vegan and I understand that this is sometimes challenging for some, that I did get some vegan food, but yeah, it was okay, I would say. But it's okay, it's okay. It's just the food. What's important are the vibes, the energy and the people. And that was all 10 out of 10. So my first boat ride was so much fun. Once again, energy was high. Everybody jumping, screaming, losing it. And it was a really good and nice boat ride. For this year, I will not be doing it because they moved the date from Thursday. I think last year it was August 6th. They moved it to Friday, and I already have 2 boat rides planned on Friday. This is why I won't be doing it, but if you're looking to do a boat ride, a Ciroc boat ride is a good choice. I really had a lot of fun. It was really, really, really good. On the same day in the evening, so Thursday, there was Casamigos House of Friends. And once I arrived, I felt like, I'm not sure if this fete is going to be it, you know. Everything was a little slow. The reason was, to be honest, it was not the organizers or events' fault. It was raining. By the way, rain is a general theme in Grenada. It sometimes pours, and you are going to be wet, but you're not going to be cold. Just keep in mind that it most likely is going to rain, which is okay. Nobody cares. Some people care. But for this fete, it was raining at the beginning, and it's like an open space, and then you can go under like, what's it called? A roof. You can go under a roof. So people were standing under the roof, so the fete took some time for it to pick up, and I was like, if the rain is not gonna stop, is something going to happen here? That's very harshly described. But even with the rain, and the rain stopped eventually, but even with the rain, Casamigos House of Friends was so good. Once again, I was wrong. I had so much fun there. Everybody, once again, energy 1000 out of 10. I enjoyed Casamigos House of Friends. It took some time, but I enjoyed it. And by the way, just a side note, if you do not take the, I think, premium package, I'm not sure if it makes a difference, but I had to wait so long for drinks, which was okay too. We don't care about the drinks. What we care about is just the energy, music, people. And that was there. That was there. I was dancing, having fun, enjoying myself with the rain, without the rain. It was fun. If you can do it, do it. It's a must. I'm doing it again this year and I'm excited for it. Because Casamigos House of Friends was a Thursday evening and this went until like late. It was such a challenge to wake up on Friday for my second boat ride. I was like, can we sleep a little more? But you're not in Grenada to sleep. You need to be aware of this. You need to be clear about that. And it absolutely paid off because on Friday morning I had silent morning. And the boat was not full, I must say. The boat was not full. It probably most likely was because people had the same inner voice as me and they just gave in. They just continued sleeping. But we're not doing this over here. We do what needs to be done. So, silent morning was such a vibe. Waking up, sun is rising, being on a boat, the ocean breeze, the music, the vibes, the people there, the early risers. Silent morning is a must. It's the perfect Friday morning activity. I had so much fun. Pace, you ask? Yes, you can find it there. Music, sweet, everything. Silent morning is already everything. But the thing that surprised me the most, and this is when I fell in love with Grenada. This was the moment. I mean, I had many moments, but this was one specific moment that I remember. It was this silent morning. I was on the boat. And then I see the boat getting closer to the shore, to the beach. I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I need to hold myself. We were able to get off the boat. You know how amazing this is? You know how mind-blowing this is? You know how many times I did Trinidad Carnival, I did boat fetes at Trinidad Carnival, and I was like, I don't understand why we can't get off the boat. I really don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Because it would be so amazing to, you know, after jumping, fetting, profusely sweating, to jump in the water, you know, refresh myself and then get on the boat again. And exactly this happened in Grenada at Silent Morning, and I was living my life. You don't understand. You don't understand. I hope they never change this, because this was my moment. This was my moment. I could not believe it. It was so beautiful. From fetting on a boat, ocean breeze, everything, enjoying, to getting off, swimming, people were in the water, and connecting, meeting new people, eating. I think there was also food on the side. Break was too short, I must say. I think it was like half an hour, or maybe a little longer. Could have been a little longer, but it was the first time, of course, I didn't want anything to end. Usually I never want anything to end, but everything is too short. But anyways, that was absolutely amazing and a highlight of my whole trip. And then the thing is that once the whole crew or the whole passengers of the fete of the boat go back to the boat, something switched. I don't know if it's maybe something psychological, but the energy even gets crazier. I can't explain it. It doesn't make any sense, but it was already insane before. 1000 out of 10, high energy, pace, everything, but add 5% more to that, and then you have Silent Morning, basically. It was so good. So good. Will I do it again, by the way, if that's not clear? Of course, I already have my ticket. I hope I see you there. Do it. And apparently, because one boat ride is not enough for me and my crew, we did duck work, another boat ride, right after Silent Morning. Who does that? I don't know many people who would do this, but this is the thing to do. So when you get off from Silent Morning, you must take a break. You must take a break. What I did, there in the area, there's a vegan restaurant that has some vegan ice cream and an AC. That's what I did. This was my secret weapon to trying to gain some energy back after all this morning filled with madness already. So I went to the restaurant, got myself some delicious food. I had the AC there, which was life, basically. And then ate some ice cream, and then it was time to go back to do duck work. Duck work attracts a different crowd, I would say. And there were so many people there. Like, duck work was packed. And I tell you, there was no place to stand anywhere. I know they have regulations and they follow the regulations, but it was packed. It was full. So I stayed only on the upper deck because it was such madness, such craziness going on downstairs where the DJ was, like one deck below. But it was such a good vibe as well. Insane energy again. As I said, different crowd, but I would, as I also said in another video, I would never miss Scorch, Duckwork, Fete boat ride, because that's what I always do in Trinidad. When I'm there, it's like DDI, it's a must. And also in Grenada, they know how to create the vibe. It's just the truth. And I had so much fun at Duckwork. It was insane. Yes. So will I do it again? Absolutely. I already have my ticket. I hope to see you there because it's just vibes on top of vibes on top of vibes on top of pace on top of energy. It's a good time. Now, technically, we're still not over with Friday because on Friday is Soca Monarch, or you can call it Bacchanal Friday. This is the event that you must attend next to, of course, Juve and the road, but like this and Preeday, of course, but Soca Monarch Bacchanal Friday is something that you absolutely must attend. I missed it last year, which I know, don't tell me. It's a crime. I missed it because I was feeling sick. I mean, well, I'm not surprised. I did crop over and then I was going hard already in Spice Mass 2, both parties a day. I felt like I'm getting a cold and I felt like it would have been smarter for me to let this one slide and not go there. And I needed it. I needed the break. But anyways, for you, if you have never heard of it, you must do it. If you don't do it, you've not been to Spice Mass. You've not done Spice Mass. This is such a big must. I'm gonna see you there, hopefully this year, because I won't dare to miss it. We move on to Saturday, because Saturday was an event I was so highly excited about. The anticipation I felt when it comes to that event was so high and I was not disappointed. The event is called Fleet. Now, if you grew up in the Caribbean or somewhere with boats, you maybe think that this is normal. But for me, coming from Austria, having no sea, no catamarans, no nothing inside, I was like, oh my God. A fete in the water on catamarans. It's like listening to soca, like not even just being there with a tourist in a kind of tourist setting. No. Being on a catamaran with the people, with like-minded people listening to soca, like this is how my heaven basically looks like. So I was so excited. And yeah, it was everything and more. Now, I was so excited to be on a catamaran that I had like a strict view on the catamaran, and before you had to choose a boat without knowing which boat you're gonna get, and they had catamarans and also normal boats. So what happened is that me got the boat and not the catamaran, so I was like a little bummed that I'm not on a catamaran. To be honest though, I feel like the boats though had the best vibes anyway. So at first I was like, okay, no catamaran. Okay, I'll survive it. I was like, ooh, my vision. But then once I was on the boat, speakers loud, almost blasting my eardrums, sunshine, people, and the energy once again. Like Grenada, thank you so much. But the energy there was unreal once again. Everybody gave 200%, and then the sadness or the little sadness that I had or disappointment was gone, forgotten, because it was so good. I don't know, I think there were 5 or 6 boats all sailing. I think, is it sailing? Riding in the water, and also with Fleet. One more time a dream came true. All the boats, all of them, took a break and we were able to get off the boat, mingle. Can you imagine? This is heaven. Mingle, swimming, eating, enjoying, music blasting. It's like adult Disneyland, basically. At least it's for me. I had so much fun. Fleet is an event which you also absolutely have to experience. This is one of the first tickets that I bought for this year, and I'm so excited once again. This year we made sure that we're gonna be on a catamaran. We had some, I don't know, I wouldn't call it special treatment, but I guess it was. But yeah, Fleet was it. Do it, and I hope I see you there. On Sunday, I had 2 fetes planned and I did not want to leave from any of them. If I could have divided myself and experienced both, I would have. Sadly, this is not possible yet, but if I could have, I would have done it. So first, I've been to WETT Safari. This is a Jouvert styled fete in the early morning. I think it starts at like 4 a.m., maybe even 3 a.m., 3, 4, something around that, because it was dark when I arrived, I think. And Jouvert styled, color paint, everybody with their water guns, madness, chaos, foam, water, I don't know what's it called, water coming from everywhere. It's like the madness that I love. This is also how my heaven, or one corner of my heaven, looks like, I must admit, because this was everything. Energy was high, people were amazing, people were fun. I just love it. I just love it, and I will do it again. And people had to drag me out of there. Basically, I was like, do we really have to leave? Can we not just stay 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, half an hour? But it was impossible because we had a boat ride planned after, and you know, when the boat leaves, you can't be late for a boat ride. But it was the hardest thing to get me out of there because I had so much fun. I'm gonna do it again this year. I won't miss it. I maybe come even earlier to experience more of it. But from what I've heard, the people who stayed there and didn't have to leave for any other fete, they told me it was even better after, which is already insane. But the videos that I've seen when the sun was already up, like after I left, I wish, as I said, I wish I could divide myself. But yeah, we left then for Rum Boat, and even though I did not want to leave from WETT, Rum Boat was my favorite boat ride of my whole Spice Month 2026 experience. And I can't even explain why. The vibes of every boat ride was insane, but Rum Boat was the place to be on Sunday. I'm so sorry to say that. It was so much fun. People, once again, the energy at Rum Boat was even more insane. Like this out of all of the boat rides that I've been to, all of them are great. All of them were amazing, and I would do all of them in a heartbeat again. But somehow Rum Boat was my favorite. I don't know. I had so much fun there. Everybody had so much fun there. Rum Boat is, yeah, you need to be there. If you still get tickets, I know this is very challenging. It was also this year very challenging. I think it's sold out in seconds. So if you want to experience Rum Boat, number one, as I said at the beginning, where there is a will, there is a way. You can get the ticket if you want to. Put in the work. Don't give up ever. But for next year, definitely keep in mind the release date for Rum Boat tickets. Do it. It's a must. Now we move on to the heart of Grenada Carnival, Jouvert, which is happening on Monday morning. And you know, I must admit, I've done a lot of research about Grenada, about Jouvert. I've seen a ton of videos. I kind of knew in my mind what to expect, but once I was there and I arrived and I experienced it myself, I was so stunned. Like, even with all the preparation that I did and the research that I did, it surprised me on another level. I personally, as I said at the beginning, I was not ready for it. I arrived, the energy was majestic of Jouvert culture, Jouvert Jouvert, really. I don't really know what to say. I was so overwhelmed, which is a little embarrassing, but I was so overwhelmed. I didn't dance the whole Jouvert because I just needed to look and take it all in. It was almost, it wasn't, but almost too much for me for the first time. Second time is going to be so much different, but for the first time, I just needed to take it all in. I was walking around, watching everything unfolding in front of my eyes, couldn't believe what I've seen. I've seen some insane thing, I've seen chaotic things, I've seen shocking things. I have seen everything and more at Jouvert, and it was just mind-blowing. Everybody who hasn't been and who is into carnival or who is into Caribbean culture definitely needs to experience this at least once in their life, because it truly is something that I can't explain to you, and that you can also not really understand if you watch any videos, because this is what I did. You need to be there, you need to be in the crowd, and you need to be part of it, basically. Yeah, so it's insane. It's insane. Jouvert in Grenada is insane, and I urge you to do it. I would recommend, because this is what I did the first time, if you feel more comfortable in a band, then do that. But if you really want to see everything that's going on, then I would say don't join a band, just walk around and go where the energy takes you, basically, because that's what I did. I think I was able to see much more without the band than if I would stay constantly at one spot. So yeah, of course it's a must. This is why you're probably doing Spice Mass. I don't need to tell you that you need to do it, but do it. The only thing that I want to urge you is also come early, because I feel like I came at 4 a.m., somewhere around between 4 and 5, and for me personally that was late. This year I'll do it right and I come really early, because the majestic, the real, no, it's not the real energy, but the moments that touched me the most were the moments where it was still very dark. Once the sun is up, doesn't lose anything. I wouldn't say that, but it's more magnetic, and you feel it more in your bones when it's dark. So try to enjoy the time of Jouvert when it's dark, and this is why I'm going to come early, because I really want to experience this. 1 hour of darkness is, I would say, too short. So I'm gonna come and I really want to feel everything, and I'm going to be there. I don't know when it starts. I don't know when it starts, but I'll be the first one there. At least this is my plan. The way back was also very interesting. I'm so happy that I didn't go alone for the first time. Like, I wouldn't recommend anybody to go alone especially if you did not do your research. Have a crew, and have a crew that potentially has done Spice Mass or Jouvert before, because then you would know things like how to get back. Which I had no idea. I was just following my crew. So what we did was we jumped on a boat, paid, I don't know, 10, I have no idea, but paid a tiny bit, jumped on a boat for like, I don't know, 5 to 10 people. And that boat brought us back to Grand Anne's beach, where already a crowd of people was on the beach and trying to get off all the oil on the beach, like in the water. And first I was like, oh my god, that beautiful beach and that ocean, the poor ocean. But then I even overcame that, and I was in there trying to get off the oil, because you can't really do anything without the oil. You can't even jump into a taxi or anything. So definitely have some soap with you, and then wash yourself off in the ocean. This is what almost everybody did, and which was also fun. Like, you're in the water, millions of people next to you, left and right. The whole entire beach was black, basically. And I was trying to wash off the coal, and it took forever. And by the way, you're not gonna be finished with washing off the coal and after just that one jump into the water. It takes days. Like, the day after, you'll still feel a little bit weird. But yeah, that was a super interesting experience. So once you came home from Jouvert, you might think that you can shower and then take a break and, maybe sleep a little. But I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that is not the case. Because once you've left Jouvert and you showered, or you took off your oil on the beach, the time passes, it's getting late. So the only thing that you can do is go home, take a proper shower, go get ready, and be out on the road again, because things are happening. You have Monday Mass. I'm not sure how it's called properly, Fun Mass or something like this, but people are on the road. People are having a time on the road, and I was there with them. So no break, maybe you can sit down for like 2 minutes and then you're out on the road. So I was Monday night mass, and Tuesday with vibe mass, and it was absolutely the right choice. Vibe mass is, as it's in the name, a vibe. It was so good. So energy, people, everything. And the road, by the way, in Grenada is so beautiful. I enjoyed the road. So scenic, because there are parts of the road where you can see the sea, and I really enjoyed when you come, I think you come down and then you can see the sea. So yeah, road, beautiful, stunning, and the energy, people have so much energy. What do you mean? They're just coming, me included, from Jouvert, where you already give 5,000%, as this is the heart of Grenada Carnival. And then they just shower and come back and give again 1,000% energy. It was insane. So pace, energy, good people, perfect. And when you think you are allowed to take a break, like for lunch during Monday and Tuesday, you think you can sit down and eat. But no, that is not the case. Because even during lunch break, I saw so many people continuing to FETT, continuing to jumping around, just continuing. It goes on and on and on. The 200, 300% of energy that people give, they give it constantly. I don't know where they're taking it from, but it's crack. They're on crack. I'm sorry. It was so much fun. And when you think, Juve, Monday, during the day, you're on the road, you come home and you hope that you can have a little bit of sleep. But then Grenada comes with, oh no. Who needs sleep? Who needs rest? Who needs anything? We do Monday night mass. I think that's smart. That's what they thought. That this is a smart thing to do. So you get up once again with the last amount of energy and you do Monday night mass, and it was so much fun. It's like everybody with their lights. Some are so creative. You see things like the Grenadians there. They are so creative. It's just, once again, energy pace. I'm repeating myself, but it's just, it is what it is. It's the truth. And then you come home after Monday night mass, and you're like, okay, can I sleep maybe for 2 hours? Yes, you can. Maybe I slept, I don't know how much I slept, but it wasn't much. But then you're on the road again for the last time. I must say, Tuesday road, it was so, everything is fun. I know, I'm repeating myself, but it was so good. I really enjoyed Tuesday as well. Tuesday, I was feeling like I owned the road. I knew what everybody, like the trucks are. I was here, I was there, I was moving around. I was checking out Lavish, by the way, as well. So it was this year between Vibeland and Lavish, because I was staying also a lot of time with Lavish. I also went on their truck, which was funny. I didn't think that I was allowed to do that, but I just did it. And the Grenada road in Grenada is what Grenada is, what it thinks it is. No breaks in between, just having fun. And when you think the road is over, you look for the after party. Sadly, I didn't make it to the after party, but from what I've heard from the people that went there, it was vibes. And this year I'm definitely gonna be there. So yeah, Grenada in general is an absolute yes. Vibeland, I'm doing it again. All my whole crew is doing it again. So it's just an insane, for me, and as an experience, I would say experienced carnivalist, Grenada was insane for me, and I would absolutely do it again. And I'm doing it again with Vibeland. It's a good choice. If you're doing Grenada in 2026, then be prepared for pace. Grenada is no joke, and this is coming from somebody who has been to many carnivals before and has always done the most. But Grenada is just, it's different. And if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I hope to see you at Spice Mass in 2026. And if you can't make it, then don't worry, I will take you with me virtually. So either way, I'll see you at Carnival.